The music industry is at an all-time high with new musicians and artists emerging every single day, and a lot of them making viable livings off of their craft. But with all these new musicians and artists around, it can get kind of scary to actually take on this career and make you feel unworthy. Should you quit music?
Go for me.
I've been in the music industry for about 8 years now, and I think I can speak for all musicians and artists by saying that all of us has thought about quitting music at least once in our lifetime. We've all had those moments where we're probably laying down on a couch, thinking about our entire career and wondering if all of it is even worth it. We have parents, normies, society in general telling us that music is nothing but a hobby. On top of that, we work on our craft almost every single day, and there's just some days where you're just not feeling great at what you do. And to be honest, who can blame us? Society has always painted a music career as too risky or too broke to even try. I mean, even today, the working class musician gets paid a fraction of a penny for the music that they put out on digital streaming platforms and ridiculously low rates for performances and other events. But this doesn't mean that the industry doesn't make money. Time and time again, you see independent artists and musicians making livings off of their music. I'm talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars, creating dedicated fan bases on social media and everything else. And because of this, pros always preach to musicians to never give up. It's like that diamond mine meme that you always see on social media. You're always one song away from reaching $1 million, or you're one post away from getting viral. But I'm here to debate the conflict that arises from this between the professional and the hobbyist. A lot of people in this world actually have no desire to make money off their music and are just happy knowing that they can play something like a guitar and have that creative release for themselves and nobody else but themselves. Let me tell you guys a story. So one of my clients and I were having a meeting, and she was telling me about her music career and her music career experience. She was actually expressing to me how much she loves the art of writing and creating music, but hates the concept that she has to constantly sell herself on social media and other places just to try to get people to listen to her. She proceeded to tell me that at times she kind of hates music, but in order for her to love it, she loves things like being on stage or being in the studio and writing music that she loves to actually make, not music that people want her to make. And of course, all of this is verbatim, but something that really stuck to me was that she said that if she never had to market or push a promotion for her music ever again, and all she had to do was play live or make songs that she wanted to make in the studio, she would find success in her own music career. And mind you, this person has thousands of people listening to her music. And this conversation really stuck to me because it shows two things. It shows that there is an external pressure from pros or even just society that if you're making music, you have to try to make it into a livable career. But not only that, there's also this internal pressure that gets created where you think that if you're making music, you should try to be famous one day or maybe make a ton of money from the music that you can make. It's almost as if hobbyists are forced to make music careers out of the thing that they love to do the most, when in actuality, a lot of hobbyists are just okay making music and having nobody hear it. But that pressure can still get to somebody's head and make them feel as though since they're not making money or they're not having people actually listen to their music, that maybe they should quit. And I think that we need to discuss that. So now you're at a crossroads. It's either you worked really hard to try to make a music career work and it's not working, or you really like music, but if it's not a career or you're not making money, then it's worthless, right? Should you quit making music? Well, if you ask me, the answer is actually a surprising yes and no. Something that a lot of people don't talk about is it's okay to fall out of love with music. As humans, we are built to take on multiple things. Multiple passions, you may say. And maybe music was fun until it actually made you unhappy. Maybe it became more of a chore. Maybe marketing and putting your music out there and having to contact so many different people became more stress than needed to. And I'm a hardcore believer that if something is making you unhappy, it's either you work on it or you leave. judge-free and guilt-free. But while I say all of that, let me at least try to convince you to stay. Music will never go away. It will be around for as long as the earth is around and up until the point when the sun devours all of the planets. Even when we're not around, birds chirp and sing all the time, and the radio waves from radios are still lingering out there in space. It's actually a really crazy phenomenon. And for as long as it's around and you're around to provide it, the world needs to hear what you have to offer. Whether that's on Spotify for everybody to hear, or maybe your future kids need to hear you sing to relieve some sadness. Or maybe even yourself. Maybe you need to let out some creative release and you owe it to yourself to do it. And what's crazy to me is that you don't need to make money to say that you are making music. But if you want to make money, there's a ton of money out there to make. So with all of that said, I urge you to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself what you want out of making music. If music is putting so much stress on you right now and it's making you so unhappy with your life, then I highly encourage you to quit. And don't feel bad about it. Just be happy that you tried. If you're a hobbyist and you can only play at times when you actually can, then pick up a guitar, pick up a piano and play. Go have fun with it. And if you want to make money here in the music industry, then just know that it takes a lot of work, but there is a plethora of money to be made. And my point in all this is that at the very least, you should just try. Try to make some music. Try to make some money off of music. Try to be happy with music. And if all of that fails, and if all of that means that you hate music by the end of the journey, that's okay. Be guilt-free. Don't judge yourself for quitting music just because everybody says that this is something that you have to take on at all costs. Thank you guys for watching this video. And before you go, I have a brand new free gift to give to you. Since we're on the topic of making money off of your music career, I want to help you if that's exactly what you're trying to do. I just released my free ebook called Valuable Cold Messages, and in this ebook, I give you my exact formula for contacting independent artists to get them to hire you for whatever service you provide. Whether that be production services, mixing services, mastering services, this is going to teach you how to actually give value to independent artists who are looking for your service. And more importantly, you do it without actually spamming people and actually giving value to the entire community that you should be a part of. So if that's something that interests you after watching this video, then I highly encourage you to click the link in the description down below and get the free ebook. Like I said, it's free. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below your journey with music. You don't even have to be a musician, just comment your journey of your love or hate for music. As always, I love you guys whether you make music or not. I love you to death, and I will see you next time.